We're back. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to the afternoon stream today. We had a busy day. There was a birthday party at school. I'm not a huge fan. Babe, I have a message from someone on my phone. Diciendo gracias Cristi por tu amistad. No sé quién es. Es un número de WhatsApp. Anyway, sorry, I'm still dealing with like dude, like 20 little 4-year-old kids. I do not know how that teacher does it for a day job. Because that was, I was there we did like 45 minutes to an hour. It was my grandniece's birthday, so we took a birthday cake and Chris made spaghetti and there was a piñata but like, yeah, 18 screaming children. And I got back and felt completely and positively drained of all energy and just had to lay down and like take a nap. And I am now waking up from that nap. And ¿sabes quién es? Anyway, I was gonna do some more Starfield this afternoon, and then I was like, you know what? I didn't play my EVE Online this morning. I did not know they're running another daily, so I gotta log in daily and get some goodies. So I got a skin and some skill points. What's up, Blackthorn? All right.
Connecting.
I got coffee. And also, I got scratched. I don't know if you'll be able to see that worth a damn. I have like a 3-inch scratch right there from Lucas, my cat. He got mad yesterday, and he wasn't like, he didn't attack me, but like he was outside on the table by the outside door. And he got mad because I wouldn't let him inside the house. And then so I was like, "Oh, you'll be fine, buddy." And as I turned away from him, he went like this, and was like, "Row," and like was just kind of like playfully reaching out for me, and I happened to be pulling away, and he got me, and that fucker was on fire this morning. If you've ever had a cat scratch, even if you get them right away with, with the alcohol and everything, they can still sting for a couple of days. Yeah, it feels fine now, but it was not fine this morning. It didn't feel good this morning. Operation Avalon is here. Fight, hack, and salvage in support of planet-side war clones, which is in relation to EVE Vanguard, which we tried this morning. Which is it's the extraction shooter that Fenris is testing right now. So I played that for about an hour and a half this morning with Allie. You can go check it out. If you like extraction shooters, it's definitely in an alpha state, but if you like extraction shooters, I think there's something there. I would personally need to wait until it gets controller support, because I just can't do mouse and keyboard. I can't. Alright, yesterday, when I left off, I had been decking out this new freighter, because I like the look of this much more. It looks like a frickin' rifle, man. Skill injectors. Yes, skill injectors are great. I got a skin from that too, by the way. Unclaimed. Redeem to current station. Someone asked how it was possible that I have 1.2 billion ISK so early in the game, like 120 hours. That's how. Every time you complete 3 jumps, as an example, you get 500,000 ISK. And that happens every single day I log on. So multiply that by like 20 days or whatever. That's a chunk. Like, all the quests give you stuff. If you just log in and play the game, you get stuff. Correct. Research time is what is going to slow you down. All right. We were doing this quest yesterday. I'm just going to keep working on this because there was 5 steps here. Go collect my data from the area where you found my former assistant. There are cloaked beacons in the area. You need to get close to each beacon. My device will collect the transmission and the next beacon will decloak. Napier just redeemed a Renfail rant over on Twitch. Oh, hang on, this Operation Avalon thing. Let's hide that for now, because I'm not going to be actively working on that.
Third drive active.
Worst part about that cat scratch is it's right where I put my arm down on my chair. I'm probably going to wrap that again. Give me a second, Napier. All right, should be able to. At least I think I'll be able to do this while I'm playing. Napier just redeemed a Renfail rant over on Twitch. What is the worst game you've ever played, and why was it the worst game you've ever played? That's a good one. I mentioned this. Oh, it's been a couple months ago. We were talking about, like, you know how all the games these days get patched, and once they're patched, hang on, I gotta kind of pay attention here while I'm doing this. I think we have to go to this beacon, and then when I get close enough, it'll reveal the next beacon. I think that's how this works. Anyway, years and years ago, this is before Steam, before social media, in the tail end of the days when you would get games, like you could get like discs from like a mag, like PC Mag would have a disc, and they might, like, you might get a game with your magazine subscription. I had gotten this, I can't remember the name of it at all, but it was before games received online patches to fix things. And there was a game that I played where it was like a generic fantasy game, elf, dwarf, human, create a class, kind of third person over the shoulder, run around game. So this is late 90s probably, and I I bought it, I played it, and got like a few hours into the game, and there was a game-breaking bug when you would arrive at this town that you were supposed to get to, and the NPCs that you were supposed to talk weren't there. And it turned out that that was like a game-breaking bug. And the reason I knew is because this is in the days when the internet forums were starting to become a thing. And so, um, hang on, I got to keep an eye on cats and stuff here. And so people were complaining about coming up against this game-breaking bug. And the problem was the studio went bankrupt right after their game launched, and so they were never able to patch the game. I wish I could remember the name of it. So it never got a patch, and it has stuck in my mind as the only example I can think of a game. I think I might. Do I need to loot this? I guess I'm just supposed to go to the next beacon, and then when I get to the final beacon, I will unlock the. I guess the beacons unlock as they get close enough, and then maybe the final one will have the device. Anyway, that one stuck in my mind, has stuck in my mind as an example of a really, really bad game because it just never got patched. And I always use that as the example when people complain about how they'll complain that there's a game, that there's bugs in modern games. And it's like, yeah, but bugs get patched these days. Like, game companies can patch their games. That didn't happen back in the day. Back in the day, it used to be games wouldn't get patches. I would be hard pressed to think about, a game that I've played where I actually thought it was a really bad game. Because even games that I haven't finished or quit playing, like the most recent Prince of Persia Lost Crown, I think is what it was called, which was like 2 years ago maybe. I played the demo, liked the demo, bought the game, got about 5 hours into the game and realized that it was not like the demo at all, and it had all of these Souls-like mechanics, and it just wasn't resonating with me, and I spent $60 on it, and it was like, well, I'm not going to finish this game, so I spent $60 and I put it to the side. That was not a bad game, it didn't resonate with me. I can't really think of any games that I have played that were just bad enough for me to go, okay, that was a bad game. But I've also been, I'm fairly, oh no, I have a recent example I can say, but it's purely based off of my own likes and dislikes. So here's a good example. I could actually answer this with a little bit more detail. So no. Hang on, guys. I gotta deal with a cat situation. That was yeah, we have cat problems going on, and cat was in the office, and my granny's opened the door, and that cat ran out. Recent example was Monster Hunter Wilds was a game that I went into knowing that I wasn't going to. It wasn't my typical type of game, and um, I went into it knowing that it wasn't my typical type of game, and that there were things that I wasn't going to like in that game. However, when I played the game, it became evident that it wasn't the things that I necessarily didn't like. It was just really poorly put together. The UI was probably the worst. It was so bad I put a video out. I think it's the only video I've ever done where I was negative about a game, but I made it clear in that video that it was my opinion only, and I wasn't dogging on the game. It was the fact that the UI just it wasn't for a new player. So was it Monster Hunter Wilds? It was the one that just came out like last year. It was a Monster Hunter game, and the video is called "Why I Rage Quit Monster Hunter X" or whatever. And the problem first and foremost was the UI was so convoluted that I couldn't do anything because they required you to do like 15 button presses. Like you would have to be in the middle of a fight, and to use a potion, you had to like hold the left thumbstick and press down on the right thumbstick and then toggle with the R1 button until you hit the thing that you wanted and then hit the X button. It was like these horribly complex button press combos to do anything within the UI, and it made it really convoluted and hard to like drink potions during fights. And then the kicker for me was I was doing this boss fight where you're supposed to stay away from him because it's a ranged fight, but you're in this like enclosure. And so I'm running around the edges of the enclosure trying to stay away from the boss mob, and I kept getting stuck in the environment because they had these rock ledges and stuff, and they hadn't ever properly put colliders, any sort of mesh colliders along the edge. So instead of having this area where I could easily run around the inside of this like ring where you're supposed to fight the boss, you'd be running along the edge and your character would get you'd get near the edge of a rock, and rather than like being able to go around the rock, the collider would be in the wrong place, and so your character would get stuck on the edge of the rock, and then the boss would come hit you while you were stuck and you couldn't move. And I felt like that game was one of the only examples I could think of where a game was rushed to launch, and it was obviously made only for people who were intimately familiar with the Monster Hunter franchise, who knew the control schemes and layouts because they'd been playing all the other Monster Hunter games, because I had never played a Monster Hunter game, and the control scheme was so bad that I couldn't pit. That was a $70 game that I just was like, nope, I'm done. And I recognize that for a lot of people it's an amazing entry into the franchise, and that's fine, but not for me. Um, and I hesitate to say that it's a bad game because obviously it has people that are fans of that game, but I feel like it was the worst. It was like the worst UI I've ever played before. It's just the second worst UI and second worst like button presses and everything was we just played this, what, Crimson Desert, like a couple months back. Horribly convoluted button layouts, and you couldn't customize any of it, and I'm just like sitting here going, who designed these things? So yeah, a couple of examples there, but I still played Crimson Desert for like 100 hours and had a lot of fun with it. Hang on, why am I not Beacon 4 approach? I'm talking and not paying attention here, so I need to actually make sure that I'm approaching Beacon 4. This ship just moves so slow. So, yeah, those are some examples. But, I still, even with Crimson Desert, I played it for 100 hours, I made guides, I had fun while playing it. I just really hated the layout scheme. Whereas opposed to Monster Hunter Wilds, or Was it Monster Hunter Wilds? I'm gonna go look this up to double check that that's the one. Yeah, I rage quit Monster Hunter Wilds March 1st, 2025. So that was last year. And it was all on stream. I captured the whole thing on stream when like I got caught in the wall and I couldn't move and the boss killed me multiple times because I kept getting caught in the environment. So it was like I was kind of putting up with the menu stuff and the UI, but then when I got stuck in the environment multiple times and died to the boss, like the same boss over and over, because I was getting stuck in the environment, like I couldn't move. Like I was getting stuck in the rocks and I was just like, nah, fuck this. I'm done. And I just quit and uninstalled it. But usually I would say that I am pretty I know my likes before I sit down to play a game. So I'm generally speaking not spending money on things that I'm not going to like. Most times, but sometimes I'll play a game because I know it's going to be good for the channel and it's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a game that, you know, was a little out of my wheelhouse. I enjoyed aspects of it, but I also disliked aspects of it. Crimson Desert was a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, but went ahead and played it and had fun with it. Monster Hunter Wilds was outside of my wheelhouse. Played it, didn't have fun with it. You know, but I'd say over the years, there's probably 1 or 2 games a year that I'll try that I'm not playing it because I really want to play it. I'm playing it because I know it's going to get good traffic for the brand, and it's a good thing to play to grow the channel. But it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I have to play this game. It's like, I'll give that a shot. You know, it's a tax deduction. It's not that big of a deal. But I still can't call Monster Hunter Wilds the worst game I've ever played. It's just had the worst UI I've ever played. And Crimson Desert is up there with like worst layout scheme. And I think everyone pretty much agrees that the layout scheme for Crimson Desert is pretty bad. ¿Vas a ver Peppa? Or ¿vas a ver algo o no? ¿Quieres ver Peppa? Ok, voy a poner Peppa en la tele. Sí, mamá, pero no comes más dulces, ya. I gotta put Peppa Pig on Netflix, guys. Hang on. Aquí es Peppa, mamá. Ya tienes Peppa. Sí, mamá. An upwell convoy is located near your location. Hunt and destroy them? I don't know what that means. Bring device to Okila Campus. That's I think that was related to the Operation Avalon, maybe?
Warp drive active.
Blackthorn says, I remember a game my brother got called Descent to Undermountain. It was a D&D RPG, and the NPCs would clip through stuff and become unreachable. Studio disbanded shortly after. Temple of Elemental Evil is the name of the game that I'm thinking of. That was horribly buggy at launch. I remember playing it being like, oh my god, this is a buggy hot mess. And that was put together by Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine and his studio. That's the last game they did. It was so horribly bugged and so horribly, like, it did not receive a good reception, and the company disbanded. See, mama. Okay, request mission. Daddy brought me proved interesting. Now I need you to collect the physical samples. They're in the same location. I've left them in a container. Pick them up and bring them back to me. Final Fantasy XIV before Realm Reborn was pretty rough. I did not play it before a Realm Reborn, but I did play Realm Reborn when it first launched, and I bounced off of it very quickly because they did this annoying thing where in order to complete the main quest, you had to be of a certain level. So what they would do is you would play for like 2 hours, and you would be able to get to the point where you could progress to the next step of the main quest. You would do a few main quests, and then they would be like, okay, in order to do the next part of the main quest, you've got to be level 15. But in order to get to level 15, you have to go grind all of these side quests and do all of these regional quests and all this boring fetch quest crap that doesn't have anything to do with the actual story of the game. And that was such horrible design for me personally. I have the same complaint with Guild Wars 2, forcing you to clear the hearts on the map, forcing you to grind the map to get masteries to be able to go to the next stage of the quest. I fucking hate that stuff. Like, if you give me a main story in a game, then I need to be able to do the main story of the game without grinding levels in between on pointless side activities and fetch quests to kill 15 boars and deliver 17 hearts and 25 toenails. Just no. No thanks. Let me know how much of the background you guys can hear. I do have Peppa turned on. Peppa Pig is on the Netflix. If it's too loud, I'll turn it down. She's just on the bed watching Peppa right now. Chris is ordering tamales for everybody. Man, I'm gonna have to put a freaking afterburner on this thing. We are slow in this vessel, but doesn't that look way cooler than the space tapeworm? That tapeworm that I was driving around was pretty ridiculous. They've made some really interesting changes, Great Cat. I was not willing to really put a lot of time into it until they put Exordium in. think the biggest thing for me that I've been really enjoying is just the ability to just go run missions. Like, there's full on just run missions. Like, you got space trucker missions, you've got mining missions, you've got combat missions, like you've got all these missions you can do and storylines that you can work on. And then like today they just opened this Operation Avalon that people can work on. You go to opportunities tab and there's just dozens of things you can work on. Look at all these things you can work on. Campaigns, agent missions, epic arcs, freelance jobs, all the career path things you can do. Like, there's just so much to do. And for the most part, I have just been literally just running the level 1 missions in level 1 ships and occasionally going out and doing mining runs with Allie and Lou and nothing, nothing stressful. Is there the threat of PvP? I mean, sure, but it's like I keep saying I'm 125 hours in. Please someone gank me. I need content for my social media. And it hasn't happened yet. I've been asking for it every single day. Come on, prove it to me, everybody. Show me how there's nothing but gankers in this game. Because if you go read the comments on my YouTube videos, it's just full of people who are like, no, you can't play solo in this game. You can't play PvE. I understand that it'll happen eventually, but like, I'm just chilling out, running level 1 missions in level 1 ships. I do have a couple of Omega ships that I have purchased and I'm working towards to play around with while I'm running a subscription, but I fully am anticipating that in September, when my sub runs out, I'll go back to the alpha tier, the free tier, and I'll just probably run 2 or 3 training programs in the background that take like 6 months to do, and go play all my other new releases and then just hop in once a week. Blackthorn says there was a threat. It's rare even if FW, which is almost exclusively PvP zones. I farmed about 250 million ISK over 6 hours, didn't engage with an enemy player once. I would imagine everybody's probably out doing like the activities that pop up with like the campaigns and stuff. We're getting there, slowly but surely. It was reading like a news story of a faraway war with some of the EVE Online stuff. Yeah? Loot all physical samples. Dock.
Warp drive active.
See if I get a screenshot when we come out of warp. Those vents open. It's tricky to get it right when the puff of gas happens. And doom! Oh, I think I got it. I think I got that screenshot. We'll have to check it out after I finish. Actually, I don't think I have to wait. I think I can check it right now in Steam. Ah, but the docking message is on screen. Boo. Alright. Well, didn't quite get the shot that I wanted. Try again another day. Alright. One more to go. Short-sighted fools at the Center for Scientific Advancement have no idea what they've done. Go blow up the Old Farts convention. You'll find a large container of explosives next to the facility. It seems fitting to use them as the agent of my destruction. Blow up the Center for Scientific Advancement. Explosions. Sometimes explosions cause chain reactions. You'll find a large container of explosives next to the facility. So I guess I'm supposed to go there and look for the explosives. This is funny.
Warp drive active.
My captain's a flat earther. We gotta go blow up the science people. Science bad! A flat earther while flying around in a spaceship. That's rich. Okay, it says I need to find... Mamá, ¿qué estás haciendo? Tranquilate, por favor. Large container. I'm assuming that's what I'm looking for, maybe. Yeah, large container of explosives. I didn't see the full title until I looked at the center of my screen. So, we're supposed to pick up the large container of explosives. And then do something with it. Why wouldn't I be in the right ship when it's an industrial mission? Now, if I'm supposed to destroy the cargo, if I'm supposed to destroy the container of explosives, then yes, I'm gonna need to go get something that can actually shoot weapons, because this doesn't have any weapons on it. But the quest didn't tell me I had to shoot it. They said I needed to pick it up. They need to pick it up from the mission. Mamá, no patees la escritorio, ¿ok? Por favor. Gracias. Go blow up the Old Farts Convention. You'll find a large container of explosives. If I need to blow up the container, I will need to go get a ship that can blow something up, which I may need to do because this doesn't appear to be something I can dock with to loot. If I'm supposed to shoot it to blow it up, I will need to go get a different ship because this doesn't have any weapons. I only have this set up as a freighter. It sure looks like they're wanting me to blow that up because I can't dock with it. All of the missions in this quest so far, I've just had to approach something and it automatically triggers. So maybe it's just... Maybe I just need to get close enough to it that it'll automatically trigger. We're going to find out. This dude wants you to blow up and kill a ton of people because he didn't win an award. I wonder what that sounds like. Huh. Surely there's no world leaders that have done something like that. I didn't get an award. ¿Qué pasa? Ajá. Va a salir. Voy a pausa. Que voy a poner pausa en la película. Vas a regresar y ver Peppa con ella. Tomaste pastilla. No, no haces aquí, mamá. Yeah. What's up, Studman? Ooh, that'll be a good screenshot right there. Yeah, I'm wondering if it needs to be shot because I'm getting close enough and it hasn't done anything yet. So, can I dock with this station? It's a conquerable station. Okay. Sí, se quedó mi libreta, mamá. Gracias. Va a seguir mirando Peppa. Alright, well, I obviously need to go find a station to dock at where I can get some weapons. No, there's no you can't dock with it, so there's nothing to loot from it. So I'm guessing that you have to blow it up. It doesn't directly say that in the. I could have sworn in the original quest he was like, "Hey, go pick it up," but apparently it is a blow it up thing. And this ship does not have weapons, so I would need to go here and go find some sort of weapons. I don't know what kind of weapons I would put on this ship. Something that I guess some guns or something. This is the first time I've needed to change ship to run missions. Because usually if I'm in, like, all of the missions for this quest NPC have been transport missions. Go pick something up, go deliver something. Deliver something, pick something up, etc. Reverse, reverse, reverse. And this is the first one where they've been told me I need to go, like, target something and shoot it. And I don't have any weapons on this ship, so.
Warp drive active.
But I almost feel like I can take one of my other ships, but I don't know if I'm going to have to loot something that's super heavy. And then I get all the way out there with another ship that doesn't have any cargo space. Because all of these industrial missions have been like hauling things, right? So this ship is specifically set up to be a hauler.
Docking permission requested.
I don't even know what kind of weapons I would put on. I'm assuming just the Gatling guns, since I have the skills to use those, probably.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, the NPC totally said pick up bombs near the station, right? I didn't hear that wrong, right? Which is why I'm confused. I have a prototype. Can I use that on this ship? Yeah, I don't have drone bays on this ship. Can I put that thing on here? Yes. However, I need some sort of... Correct. If this if this fails the mission, Hang on. 27. I missed the thing. Wrong price. Wrong price. I almost bought something super expensive. That was funny. I was like, wait a minute. I think I clicked the wrong one. Can I buy 2 of those? Those are not exactly cheap. I've got money to burn. I ain't a brokey. Nope, you can only do 1. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the NPC totally told me pick up the bombs in a crate near the station is what he told me to do. I keep clicking the wrong thing. It's this one is the opportunities. That seems weird how when he was giving me the quest he said pick up the explosives and then you get there you can't actually pick up the explosives because there's no docking option with the crate. All the other objectives in this mission have been to get close to whatever the thing is, like the beacons, and then they automatically update.
Warp drive active.
She got lipstick at the fair. She just has been putting lipstick on it. It's like all over her face. It's a 4-year-old putting lipstick on it. It is hilarious. She's watching Peppa Pig putting lipstick on and like kissing. She's got like a bow for her hair, and she's putting lipstick prints on the bow. This is just kids doing kid stuff. Oh, this is funny. Alright, I think I gotta use... Alright, large container of explosives. There's no docking option. I can approach it. Show info. Large container. Large container of explosives. We're gonna approach it again and see if something changes. It's a large collidable structure. But yeah, there's no loot or dock button. I wonder if we get close enough to it, if this... I wonder if we get close enough to it, if this tab will change to a loot button. Maybe. I wasn't paying attention earlier if that changes over to a loot. Because all of the other objectives in this series of quests, when I've gotten close to something, that thing up there, that quest tracker, has changed So let's just see if we get close enough if that changes. I was not paying attention to that when I was here earlier. Approach, orbit, look at, track, lock. That's it. Nothing, no loot, no dock at, nothing. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee while we travel because it's gonna take us a couple of minutes to get there. All right, we're still 12 kilometers out from the box of explosives. ¿Dónde está la Cristina? ¿No va a entrar contigo? No, cuídense, mamá, cuídense mucho. Hay café caliente. ¿Vas a seguir su show? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some sort of like a. I'm gonna have to put some sort of a boost on this thing because it's way too slow. 107. It's so slow. Kaylee, tu tía está llamándote. ¿Y por qué estás metiendo sus dedos en su boca tanto? No haces esto. Guácala, guácala. No, guácala. No, 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 no lo haces esto. No, no metes sus dedos en la boca. So I'm like 1,000 meters away. This has never changed. This still shows the same thing, even though I'm like right on top of it. There's no lootable anything on this target at all. Okay. I don't know how far away I need to be to safely shoot at this thing. Traiste unas servietas para ella, por favor. No, no, don't approach. Stop. Keep it at a distance. Is there any way to, like... No, 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 no. Don't you dare. Yes, Lou. The reason I did not swap ships is because I'm trying to only do ships. I'm sorry, I'm trying to only do missions in the ships that are designed for the missions. So all of the missions that I have done in the industrialist line for the industrialist mission giver have been haul things from point A to point B. And they have had me pick up big pieces of cargo that I can't handle in my fighter ship or my explorer ship or any of my other ships or my drone ships, right? So this is obviously a hauler designed mission. None of the other hauler missions have had me target something and do weapons against it. And I could have sworn from the way that the quest NPC talks to me, Estoy ocupado, mamá. Perdón, that I was supposed to pick up the explosives. But then I got here and it doesn't appear that I'm picking up explosives. So I am attempting to shoot the explosives. I could go look this up online. I'm not looking it up online. I'm trying to follow the instructions of the in-game and see. ¿Qué quieres decirme, mamá? ¿Haz tu show? Sigue tu show. Okay. And I may blow myself up doing this. Because I have no idea. Because I have a feeling it's going to blow up this whole station as I'm orbiting it. I don't know. About to find out. How far away is safe? I don't know. I am missing it completely, though. Yep, I see it. It doesn't want to approach. I'm like stuck in the collider here. God, this whole thing feels janky. Maybe I can approach the broadcast tower. I'm definitely like sticky stuck on something. Double click in the space above and your ship flies in that direction. That is incredibly useful. Aligning to point in space. There we go. To get me out of that. Thank you. That was a useful hint. I was definitely like stuck on that collider of that big, huge object. I'm still banging into something because you look at my speed, it keeps going down, up, down, up, down, up. Trying to align to a point in space. We've almost killed it, so let's just wait. Thank you for the... Gracias, gracias por la naranja. ¿Vas a comer sopita? Okay. Okay. Así es. Now the question is, am I going to get blown up? Because I'm too close. I think I'm okay. So obviously that was you were supposed to do. You were supposed to do it that way. The quest was extremely vague. Because the quest NPC totally said you're going to go pick up the explosives, but then they wanted you to shoot the explosives. So that was really weird.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'll just buff it out, right? It's just a scratch. Barely dinged the paint.
Warp drive active.
Alright, so I started running these missions yesterday, so I have now done combat missions, I have done explorer stuff, I have done space hauler, and apparently revenge scientist. I think we're going to go try some mining missions now, because I've not seen those yet. So I'd like to go check out what the mining missions are like. And then I will have done all of the mission... No, I will not, because there's crafting missions left for me to try. Yeah. Con dos manos, por favor, porque este es un cristal. Gracias, mamá.
Permission requested. Docking request
Gracias.
accepted.
Nice. Okay, so that was the 5-part mission from him completed. Very cool.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, we're gonna switch ships. gonna go over to the... Oh, my Pioneer is back. Actually, we're not gonna switch. We're gonna go drop this off at the refinement station and grab my main miner. Oh, I've got a barge I need to get with Allie and set up how to do a barge. Which barge I want to do.
Warp drive active.
Mamá, ¿por qué las dedos están en la boca otra vez? Vete a lavar tus manos. Lava tus manos. No, vete a lavar tus manos. Y no te metas sus dedos en la boca. Ese es algo súper, súper feo. Guácala. Ya tocas muchas cosas con manos. ¿Ok? No. Vete a lavar tus manos. She's resisting and not wanting to go wash. She keeps sticking her fingers in her mouth and sucking on her fingers. And then touching everything. And this is a new thing that she just, for some odd reason, has been doing the last couple of days. Like sucking on her main finger and her middle finger, the index finger and the middle finger. Just... No!
Drive active.
I'm not a huge germaphobe, but I am, as I've gotten older, I don't like getting sick. And so I'm conscious of things more. And I went to that birthday party this morning at school and watching these 18 little 3 and 4-year-old kids run around and just... You want to talk about, I was just like the whole time watching it going, oh my god. The amount of like germs that are in this environment right now. Just like, they're all like food all over their faces, down their shirts.
Docking permission requested.
They're picking shit up off the floor. Like, I'm eating spaghetti and a noodle falls down and they pick it up off the floor and put it, and I'm just like, bro, no. No! Don't do it! That teacher is a saint, because I do not know how she handles it. Alright, let's go check out some level 1 mining missions, because I've not done any mining missions before, so I gotta go find somebody who wants to teach me how to be a miner. Your kid gave you a blueberry to eat. It was all squished. Ew. Mission agents. This will be mining agents. Galente faction, please. Within, that's fine. Something close. Jesus, everything's far away. Oh my goodness. No, it's not. I'll just look right here. This one right here. Yeah, these are all like 4 jumps, 2 jumps. Alright, I just want high sec only. There's nothing close. She's the closest. The Quaff company. The Quaffies. Do this, guys. Into 08. Let's do it. Set destination.
Warp drive active.
Oh, this is so much faster. Ha 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 ha. I think the thing that always terrifies me about school is I remember growing up, I remember things like strep throat, right? And what's the stomach flu? Chris got the stomach flu last year, brought it home from school, and I didn't get it because at the time they were sleeping in the other bedroom. they were sleeping out in the main room, and I'm sleeping in here by myself. So Chris is with her all day, every day, and she got sick, and I did not, because Chris was heaving and hucking for like 2 days. I forget what it's called when you get the stomach flu. Coronavirus? No. I'm gonna have to go look it up now. It's a norovirus, right? Norovirus? That and strep throat are two of the things that just terrify me about school kids. Because my brother, as an example, with his kids in school, their family gets strep throat like twice a year, and I'm just like, that sucks. The system security rating affects the rewards, so the greater the risk, the greater reward. I have not gone below 0.7 so far. I haven't pushed my luck with anything lower than that. I might start going to like 0.5 just to see, but I haven't felt like I needed to yet. To be part of the future, you need to help build it first. That's what I'm asking you to do. I need a rare ore called Mercium, similar to Umber, but it's more difficult to reprocess. Bring me 1,800 units. So I've been told that they give you your own private little instance of this.
Web drive active.
Mine Mercium. But looky there. I need 1,800 units. And it has exactly 1,800 units. Okay. While I am doing that, I could probably go pick this up and bring it home so that I can kit it out tomorrow. got down here? The ore hauler. The Orca, I think, is what Allie is rolling around in. Right? Pretty sure that's what Allie's rolling around in. What is that? Capital Industrial Ship. Oh, that's like a giant cargo ship. And those are all Omega stuff too, so. Cheapest one I can get is going to be 44 mil, 45 mil. And I will have to travel a bit to get to it. If I don't care about 30,000, I can just go grab this one, which is 3 jumps away. 2 jumps away. The Coiffe Company Factory, that's probably the one I'm going to get. Oh, did we finish? We did.
Warp drive active.
Oh, stop! You're warping away from your drones. Thank you for the warning.
Warp drive active.
Lost drones in space. Will he leave them again? Will he remember them? Tune in today to find out more of Lost Drones in Space. Episode 75. Warning may be traumatic to drone viewers.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Nice. Alright, so we did that. Okay. Those are easy to do. Those are cool. I like that. Now that I have a taste of that. I do think I want to go pick up the barge, though. And bring that back so that I can kit it out. And be ready to go do some ice. I think Allie had said something about ice mining or something. I think I dropped my hauler off over here. Hang on. No, I think we're good. Alright. Why can't I set the refinement station as my destination? Or did I already do it? No. Am I an idiot? Why is it doing that? Set destination. Yeah, it doesn't show info. Normally I could get, when you have the radial, it shows you like warp 2 or go through start. Like, I'm not getting any of those. Oh, probably because, you know what? I'm fucking herping and derping. I was on the mining tab. That's why. I'm a herping derping on the mining tab. I was like, where's my fucking thing to jump?
Drive active.
we're gonna go pick up that barge. Buckthorn says it's a 15% increase in rewards for every point you go down. So 0.5 is 60% higher than in 1.0. Huh.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. That.
Docking request accepted.
Let's see here. Okay. Let's switch over. You just bought a drone boat. I'm about to go buy a big old barge. I'll be right back. cats are like, come on, Dad. And it's like, no, you need to wait a little bit longer. I'm going to go get this boat, and then I'll need to take an actual AFK and feed all the animals. All right, so I need to go here. Ship tree, mining barge. This is what I'm going to go by. Right? This is the one with the most... 27.5. Oh yeah, that's a huge difference. 16. ¿Qué pasa, mamá? No, es simplemente es mostrando muchos shows. No, tú me dijiste que quieres ver Peppa. Ahorita estamos viendo Peppa. Vas a ver más Peppa. No, más tarde puedes ver Rumi otra vez. Alright. Retriever. Market details. Show me something cheap that's not too far away. That's 45 over at the Federal Navy. We're gonna go there. And just buy the one that's there.
Warp drive active.
Chris also made an egg soup, which I would like to go get a bowl of here in a little bit. Like an egg noodle soup. Smelled delicious. Her and Kaylee just had some, so. Let's go spend some money in space. What's with the red stuff over there? What is that? Mobile depots. Why are they red? I've never seen that on my screen before. What does that mean? Why are they red? There's another one over there. Mobile depots. Huh. First time I've seen whatever that was.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Dock away, my friends. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit because I am seeing spikes on my mic. She likes her Peppa Pig, man. Alright, 45 mil. Buy one. Do not get one free. Spend money. Alright. Put that here. We're gonna bring that up here. We're gonna take this back to the home base.
Docking request accepted.
I swear, because he's watching Peppa Pig all the time, it's gonna get stuck in my head. Alright, now we get to pull that out. Get into it. Do we just want to call it a retriever? I don't know what I want to call it. I gotta come up with a name. Just call it stripper. Because it's a strip miner. It's a stripper. I don't know. Looks cool though, right? More technologies. One more ship to add to the collection. Alright, now I need to take this bad boy out. Oh, actually, you know what? Abort. Abort, abort. Because if I remember correctly... ¿Qué pasa, mamá? No, no comes más dulces. No. Cristina dice no porque ya comiste muchos dulces en la escuela hoy. I don't know what I can put on this thing because she'd given me some of these ice mining lasers. Which I can't fit on this ship, that's right. So I think I have to take this back and we gotta go look for a fitting from someone else. Pretty funky looking. I may have to look for a skin for that too. Oops. I was going to the Federation in space. Let's go spend some more money. Yay! ¿Qué estás haciendo, mamá? ¿Qué? Levanta las cosas, por favor.
Docking permission requested.
Now the question is, how much is it going to cost to kit this thing out? We're about to find out. And then tomorrow, Allie's going to want to take me somewhere. Hopefully I have the skills to use all the things that I'm about to go look at. Possibly, possibly not. Fittings! I gotta remember how to do this. We go over here. We go to community fittings. This is a mining barge. Non-Empire. This is a retriever. There are 3 different builds. There's an ice miner. And general ore miner. I think specifically Allie was wanting to do ice mining. However, I've got red X, which means I do not have the skills for this fitting. Ice Harvester, active module, and I'll need to learn some skills. Now, I've never done any ice mining at all, so this ship would be specifically set up to do ice mining with Allie taking me somewhere to show me what I need to do that, and then I keep my Pioneer set up as my general miner just to go out and get the tier 1 ores that we're doing. So this has Ice Harvester 1, Ice Harvester upgrade, passive module, afterburner, and a survey chipset. I mean, this all looks fine. This is the general ice miner, a basic retriever. Hang on. What was the other one? The other one is this one, which has strip mining set up. We swapped out my damage type of pirate plus vulnerable to warp. Upgrade modules to tier 2 to improve performance. This is a basic retriever set up to mine asteroids. Oh, I have like 1.2 billion ISK. I'm good, Lou. Thank you. Well, I'm just gonna do this one since this is what I know Allie was wanting me to go do, was ice mining, and that says that it's for ice mining. If I need to change something out tomorrow morning, that's fine. What's up, Thorgan? Buy all. Ice harvesting drone times 1. Let me go through here and make sure I'm not buying anything I don't need. Damage control, ice harvester 1 core. Ice harvester times 2. Yeah, buy and fit. Okay. Now I need to learn a skill here. Buy and train. Buy and inject. Ice harvesting 2. Ice harvesting drone operation.
Skill training completed.
Ah, I have to finish drone 5. Alright, out of curiosity. But I will also check the corp hangar at some point and check things. Correct, check for gear and stuff. Alright, let me stop. I only have 1 drone in the bay, and that's the ice harvester drone. So I need to go pick up some actual defense drones.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Should get some hobgoblins, I guess. Unless Allie tells me differently tomorrow. Wherever we're going. Thorgan in the house! That's fine. Please buy me 8 of those. Yes. Oh, all my skills are completed. I had points to put into them, so they're already good to go. How do I split?
From president to technician, we are all citizens of this federation. Support your fellow citizens.
Like, how do I split? split some out from a stack.
Stream Supreme Court casts to see our Federation's justice in action.
Huh, I don't know how to
Justice may be
split a
blind,
stack.
but democracy is transparent.
Can I like shift click or something? Aha! Okay. Holy balls. That's a big insurance bill. Good thing I'm rich. I'm rich, bitch. Alright, are there any skins that I could even buy that might look somewhat cool? Oh, the Blood Raider actually does look kind of cool. So does that one. Oh. Oh. I mean, we're assuming these are even available. You, my god, no. 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 I did like... Where did it go? The Caldari looks pretty good, actually. It's kind of dark, but that Glacial Drift is also kind of groovy. Let's just see if I can even find any of these. No orders found. That. 15 million ISK? Yeah, fuck off. Not gonna happen. Alright, well, I have that set up to do ice mining now. So whenever Allie wants to go do ice mining, I have an ice mining ship. I better go put that in Discord.
Warp drive active.
That does look pretty cool. Alright, let me ping Allie.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Mamá, ¿qué estás haciendo? Hang on a second. Los dos. Pero abajo de... All right. We're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute AFK, everybody. I need to feed animals and check on my baby duck and some other stuff. So we're gonna mute the mic. If it randomly disappears, you'll know why. Because you never know. Sometimes we go AFK and things die while we're gone. But I should be back in a few. Stay tuned.
No matter the cost, we remain. Rationing, repatriation, conscription, for the state.
Let's get back to it now. We can switch ships. Because I got that set up for mining. Which means I can grab the Celestial, right? And go back to our refinement station. Looks like we've got a little more global progress we could make towards mining Plagio class, so I think that's what we'll probably wind down the evening doing. I left my coffee cup in the kitchen. Oh, if you're gonna go to the kitchen, thank you, sweetheart.
Warp drive active.
What's up, Ewok? What is up? Se duermo. Our granny's finally crashed. Ah, no, estás durmiendo. She's not actually asleep. She's almost. You're almost asleep. Casi estás durmiendo. Uh-huh. She's underneath the covers watching Peppa Pig. Sav Spirit coming in with a 55 stream watch streak. What's up, Sav?
Warp drive active.
Alright, we'll get docked with that. We are playing a high amount of Icelandic games, aren't we? Because we just played Echoes of the End, which was also it's from an Icelandic studio. You're not wrong, Bjarki. You are not wrong.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
However, we will be off to other things very soon. Thursday morning, we're going to be kicking off our Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced mega playthrough. That'll probably take up a good, I expect that to be 100-hour plus thing. So that'll keep us busy for a couple of weeks. Pal World also kicks off on Friday. We're going to be doing Pal World. ¿Cómo está su cabello? Duérmete con ella. Pero en mi almohada no, por favor. No, yo tape mi almohada muy bien. Pues no quiero estar tanto labia y maquillaje en mi almohada. Is Guild Wars 2 done for now? Yeah, probably. I might sneak it done on a Sunday session here, but I'll be honest with you, Thorn. The last session, I had 7 people watching on YouTube for like the first hour and a half, and only 12 people on Twitch. After an hour and a half, we bumped back up to like 40 people watching. But like that first hour and a half, I'm watching it, and it was like 7 to 10 people on YouTube, and that's just not worth it for me. Like, I've got other things I can do that are gonna make my money for me. So that is way too low for me to want to put any time into playing it. I'm having fun with it, but yeah, if the audience isn't tuning in, like the first 2 weeks we were playing, the audience, we were getting like 60, 80 people, which is really, yeah, that's normal. 60 to 80 is a pretty good average for my concurrent views for where I'm at. Pays the bills and gives me the growth I need and everything else. But once we dip down to 20 people watching, it's like, yeah, no, those are numbers from like 3 years ago. I'm not gonna stream to 20 people. Not gonna happen. I doubt there's gonna be any Plagueo now that I'm thinking about it here.
Warp drive active.
I forgot about the Plagueo being kind of drained in the mornings, so there's probably not gonna be any here when I check. Oh, there is some Plagueo up. Yeah, Saturdays it's just gonna depend, Lou. Because this Saturday, no. I might not even play this Sunday because I've got Assassin's Creed to like plow through and Pal World, so those will both be new this weekend. So this weekend I will not be playing any EVE Online. Next weekend though, we'll probably swing back around, but that's okay. I'm gonna set up a bunch of stuff to be training. Oh, I got a target lock. I'm half asleep now. What was the question? What exactly is EVE Online now in 2026? All I know for a decade. That's actually a really good question that I can spin out into a YouTube video. So hang on a second. Other people are answering that as well, but I can also answer this from a new player perspective. What is EVE in 2026? And we're going to start this at the 2. So Angry Ewok just asked a great question over on YouTube here during the stream and said, what exactly is EVE Online now in 2026? I remember a decade ago, this game was known for massive PvP space battles with thousands of ships because someone from one faction switched to another. And then Blackthorn had answered and says those can still happen, but they're more rare in my experience. Wars usually involve small squad skirmishes or one-on-ones now, especially in FW systems. What does FW stand for? I don't even know. Even that's not super common. And then at the same time, Hubby Caretaker on Twitch asked, how are you liking the game? Have tried it, but haven't gone too far into the game. You're going to get an answer, but I would also say I have other videos that I've been recording about my new player experience over on YouTube that you should check out as we go into this. FW is Faction Warfare or Faction Wars. Okay, so here's my perspective on what is EVE Online in 2026 as of the Cradle of War expansion that just dropped in June and the new Exordium starting area. So I would say that if you went back 10 years or more, knowing that this game is 20 plus years old now, if you go between 10 and 20 years, that's when you're talking the peak of the PvP giant warfare stuff. I don't know exactly when they added these new the new player experience missions in, like the career agents. I feel like when I tried this game out 3 or 4 years ago, these were already here. Um, but I know that especially now, because everything I've been doing for the past few weeks has been specifically designed around checking out the solo PvE new player region of Exordium. And then after I got done with that, I went ahead and subscribed for 3 months as an Omega, and I have branched out into the nearby surrounding regions of high sec or high security space, and I've just been running missions. So I can tell you what EVE Online is all about for me. And we can, there are other people in chat. I know Blackthorn is in, I think he's in a corp with like 200 players, and they actively engage in faction war. That is one part of the game. But I would argue that that is a tiny part of what the game actually offers. So from my perspective, because I don't have any desire to get involved in faction wars or the PvP, you start off the game. Exordium is the new region that they added to the game with the Cradle of War expansion, right? I've done a few videos on this already, but I can very quickly show this for the purpose of the video because we're going to clip this out on YouTube later. If you check out the region maps, Exordium is right here in the middle. It's these 50, I believe it's 53 regions of space right here. These 53 regions are 100% PvE. No PvP is allowed there. No one can do anything to you here. It's low risk, low reward. You get lower tiers of ore and everything else. But you could go here as a free player and spend hundreds of hours and never do anything else. You can run level 1 missions here. You can mine ore, you can build ships, you can participate in the market, you can do everything you would ever want to do in the free region of space right there in Exordium. And that is brand new in 2026. That is Fenris Creations saying we recognize that there is a huge barrier of entry to get into our game. We would like to continue to evolve our game into something that new players would like to come into. How do we get new players into the game? This is how you get new players into the game. You give them a huge sandbox where there's no pressure, they can play completely for free, and they can do all of the things that you can do in the game, but at a lower tier. Low risk, low reward. If you spend 100 hours in Exordium and you're having fun and you want to go to the next level, you can branch out and start getting into the other regions of space, which are what have been built up over 20 plus years of this game being live. And those have, it's open world, so there's the risk of PvP, but I would argue it's exceptionally low. What I have been doing, and what is, if you look at the way the game is designed in 2026, is you have this opportunities and agency tabs. They're kind of both the same thing, but it's just kind of how the data is portrayed to players. So the agency tab gives you these really cool highlight tabs, and you can like kind of look at what you want to work on. There's agents and missions, and then epic story arcs. I'm going to be starting the Bloodstained Stars epic arc very soon. I may start the Fractured Legacy one sooner, I'm not sure yet. But what I have been working on personally is a lot of these mission agents. So you can go in here and you can find missions. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3 missions. All the Level 1 missions can be done in the free ships that you can get as a free player. You don't need specialty ships to do any of the Level 1 missions. So you can do security missions, which is dealing with pirates. You can do distribution agents. Those are deliveries. You can go mine things for people. That's the mining agents. You can do crafting, which is the R&D agents. Or you can do PvP stuff, which is the locator agents, right? So these are all these different missions that you can do. That's where I've been focusing my time. So if you watch any of my streams, occasionally I will be grouped up with Ali and Lou in the morning sessions, and I will go mine ore, right? And we might go looking for anomalies, right? But for the most part, we're just doing very low-key mining and crafting our own ships, and we've been building up a stockpile for our very small corporation, right? It's just a few of us, right? Then, outside of that, you start getting into looking at the, go to the activities or the opportunities tab, and this is where you're going to see a lot more stuff. Because now there's things like, okay, there's campaigns. These just got added with the Cradle of War expansion, as I understand it. And so I'm in the Galente Federation. So if I go to the Galente Federation tab, I'm going to see all of these opportunities that are things that I can go do, which benefit me. They're missions that I can run, and they benefit my faction. So I'm participating in a faction, campaign, right? That's another thing you can do. There's also the corporation projects, which are things your corporation might assign you to do if you're in a corporation. There's daily goals, which is something that I do every single day and have allowed me to rack up like 1.2 billion credits over the last few weeks. Like I just completed 3 jumps during this session, which gives me 500,000. Let's go ahead and claim the ISK from that. Boom, and I got some more Paragon points. Awesome. Manufacture an item. If I went and crafted something, I would knock out another daily. Destroy 25 pirates. That's another daily that I could do. Scan 5 signatures. That's another daily I could do, right? Then there's the factional warfare, which is what Thorn was talking about. There's also freelance jobs, which are like all these different things you can do for other people. And then there's stuff like Homefront operations, interstellar events, and beyond. So, what is EVE Online in 2026? It's all of those things. It's whatever you want it to be. So it's just one of those things where it's kind of like one morning you might want to log in and do mining, so go do mining missions. One morning you might want to jump on and go blow space pirates out of the sky, go do some space pirate missions. Maybe one morning you log in and you want to do some space trucker runs, and you want to deliver things from one station to another. Do that. Maybe another morning you want to log on and do some crafting. Go do that. Maybe you want to go group up with your friends and go do some faction warfare. You can do that. All of those things are viable, and none of this existed 10 years ago, as far as I'm aware, in terms of the way this is laid out and the reward structure and etc. So going back to the campaign things, one of the campaign things that you can, for my faction, is to mine Plagian class, which is an ore. Now I get to keep that ore, but I'm also earning ISK for contributing to this global progress bar up here. And then I have a personal progress bar. Now this is almost finished because it's at 98%, so it'll probably be finished by tomorrow morning. Webb says Homefronts are group PvE content. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. What are those called? Homefronts? Let me go back and look there really quick. Okay, so this would be things you could do with friends that are PvE things. So, right? Lots of things to do. But I'm earning money from participating in the that Galente faction campaign. So in 2026, I would argue that the game is largely designed for the solo player to be able to quickly and easily jump into the game and play and have fun in whether you're playing in the zero risk environment of Exordium, which is the new region of space added in June of 2026, or the low risk high security sections of space, which is where I stay, all the way out to going and doing factional warfare and PvP with other friends. There are a lot of things that you can do, but I think that's one of the reasons that they have been focusing so much on the new player experience, is to get past the mythology of the game from 15 years ago or even 10 years ago, when people thought that the only way to play EVE Online was to be in a big corporation, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do anything. That is not true. I am like 99% solo, and when I do group up, it's just with Allie and Lou. It's like 2 other people, maybe 3, so it's like we're not doing anything high stakes. And then we have Blackthorn in chat. He's in a 200-man corporation, and they're doing faction warfare and big battles. So what do you want to do in EVE Online? I think that would be, and I think that that's pretty much the same route any long-running MMO has gone over the last 10 years. Whether you look at EverQuest 2, World of Warcraft, Star Wars: Age of Republic, Guild Wars 2, etc. All of these games used to be more focused on like forced group content, but over the past few years, as so many other games became available for people to play, all of these games have needed to shift to allow the solo player to be able to come in and easily jump in and jump out and have that single serving slice of gameplay for a quick 30 minutes and then save the group play for the weekend. So, like many other long-running MMOs, EVE Online, I think, has done a pretty good job of navigating the evolution of a 20-year-old game and has now provided people like me the perfect opportunity to hop in and play solo. And like I said, I crossed 125 hours like a few days ago. So I subbed up for 3 months. I would anticipate that I will probably play this for 250, 300 hours between now and September, you know, and then we'll see where I'm at from then. So what is EVE Online in 2026? I'd say it's whatever you want it to be, and it's whatever you have the time to get out of it. So it's kind of like you get out what you put in. So if you want to just hang out, be solo, never have to worry about other players, stick to the extorting region of space, those level 1 missions, no risk there at all. Want to go out and explore the rest of the game world? Some higher risk there. You might need some better ships. You might want to go Omega and subscribe. It's up to you. Maybe you want to join a guild. I don't know. It's up to you. Go forth and have fun. That's the most important thing. That was a great question. And a great piece of content we can pull out for YouTube. I mean, the big thing, John, between Dune Awakening, the MMO, and the Dune Awakening single player mode that's coming in September is going to be the same thing that they've done with like Conan Exiles. So, in the single player version of the game, you will be able to adjust everything. You can go into creative mode, get rid of the need to have resources to craft things. You could turn the sandstorm off. You could turn the sandworms off. Like, you could literally go in and make Dune Awakening a creative building thing, just like you can with Minecraft or any of these other games, like No Man's Sky, where you can go in and have a creative mode. Enshrouded is another example. You're welcome, Angry Ewok. So, in terms of what the single player mode is going to offer players with Dune Awakening is the option to adjust the difficulty of the game, or the option to completely turn the difficulty off and have a creative game where you just build really cool buildings and explore really cool looking places and have fun on Arrakis. So you'll be able to customize your experience entirely based on your desires.
Web drive active.
Which is pretty cool. Having already put in 600 hours into the MMO part of Dune Awakening, I'm looking forward to the single player version, because I guarantee you what I'm going to end up doing is going creative mode. What you're not going to need tier 6 materials anymore if you don't want to, John, because you'll be able to turn that off and just do creative mode. Meaning if I want to build a really cool structure that requires tier 6 mining materials, and I don't want to deal with grinding 200 hours of ore in the deep desert, I can turn that off and just build without having to worry about the actual resource part of the game. It's great. It allows people to customize and have complete and total player agency over their experience. Back out we go.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Is like, yeah, but that's been that way for a while, Eric. Like they got rid of PvP in the deep desert like 6 months ago. They split it off and they made it into instance now. So as it stands right now on the official servers, when you go to the deep desert, you choose, do you want to go to a PvP version of the deep desert or a PvE version of the deep desert? They completely split those out like 6 months ago. And they got rid of all of the PvP shipwrecks in the Haga Basin. That was like 6 months ago. So that hasn't even been a worry for a long time. Like no one has had to worry. Like if you don't want to do PvP, you don't have to because you can go into the PvE version of the deep desert. You haven't played in a while, so you've missed those changes? Oh yeah, they've made a ton of changes. No, I have not been keeping up on any of their videos, John. I'm still plugging away. I mean, I'm in the content creator group, and I've done some sponsored content recently for, like last month we did a whole bunch of sponsored stuff for Conan Exiles Enhanced. I'm still playing Conan Exiles Enhanced most Tuesday nights. This evening we're going to be taking a break because Bubbles is out of town and he's the host. So tonight we will not be playing Conan Exiles. But I have not been playing or paying attention to anything Dune Awakening, and I will not be doing anything Dune Awakening until the single player launch this fall. I'm just, I've seen some of the patch notes, and I'm in the content creator group, so I see most of the discussions as they are implementing changes, but I'm not actively playing right now, so I don't really pay attention too much. What is that sound effect? Is that the contract that's pinging and it's like trying to like let me know that there's a contract that got sent my way? Oh, somebody sent me that glacial drift skin. Thank you. I'll try to remember those when I go back. Thanks to whoever sent those. I'm assuming that's what keeps dinging, is the reminder to, hey, check your contracts. Great Cat says, looking forward to getting back to Dune once single player is released. Thank you, Webcope. Appreciate that. I think that single player mode is going to be great. Also, coming to console is going to be great. Because it's a brand new audience. And I think it's one of those things where if someone likes it enough when they're playing it single player, it's a great entry point to say, hey, I like the way this game plays. I had fun with it. Now I want to go find some other people to play it with, and they can graduate from the single player version to the online version in a no risk environment. Because there's no subscription fee. And you can decide, do you want to just play it by yourself? Do you want to invite your friends to come join you on your private server? Or do you want to join? It's the same thing that Conan Exiles done, and Conan Exiles is a successful game for them. It's not a huge audience. It is a very niche audience, but it is a successful game that continues to produce content. 8 to 10 years later, Dune is a big IP. I don't see that ever being a game that has 100,000 people, but this game doesn't have 100,000 people. This game has 20, 25,000 people who play it regularly. That is extremely niche. That's the same numbers as EverQuest 2. 25,000 people, roughly. 20 to 25,000 people play EverQuest 2 and keep that game going. That's the same thing here. You don't have to have 100,000 people to have a successful game. Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars: Age of Republic, all of these older games are between 25,000 to 50,000. So as long as Dune can maintain, 20, 25,000 active players, they will continue to produce content around it. Now, the one thing with Dune Awakening is that it doesn't have any cash shop. So the only way they generate revenue is through direct game sales and DLC sales. So in order to make money, they have to develop additional content for it because they can't just rely on like a cash shop. Yeah, I mean, if you got the money to spend on swatches, go for it. Both of the girls are passed out in the bed over here. The birthday girl had a big birthday party at class today. And then Chris is just wiped out because she didn't sleep last night. And she had to prep all the food today. I'm probably going to break out like a teenager tomorrow because I ate a bunch of not healthy food at the birthday party at school. And a bunch of cake. And candy. Hashtag worth it. Oh, I need to go check on my baby. I need to go check on that baby duck when we go back. When I drop the ore off here a little bit, I need to duck outside and check on him. What is this? Channels, unseen items, corp chat. That's just unseen chat shit. Okay. Oh, you can see your corporation wallet too? Can I contribute to that? much can I put in? Like, here we go. Here's 7 million for the corporation wallet. Oh, you're watching episode 30. So I would like to also give a shout out to John Holschlager over on YouTube, who has been watching through my Dune Awakening playlist. This is one of the reasons I get some people who have asked, why do I break the streams down into playlists if the streams are also in the VOD list? And it's like, because the VODs are 3 to 4 hours long, and the playlists, I used to break things down into 30-minute episodes. Now I do hour-long episodes just because it's way easier on me. But when I play a game for 500 hours, you know, we can get a huge. I don't put all those episodes in there for MMOs, but I'll usually do like 150 episodes. And so people who go back and are watching the episodes in episodic format can take their time and go through it at their leisure. Blackthorn says, it's like a billionaire looking at a charity and saying, here's my pocket change, or here's my tax write-off. It's good to be the king. The coffee is cold, Detroit. The coffee is cold. Cold coffee. Yeah, that was last year when I was still doing like 6 to 8 hour streams, and there were some 12-hour streams in there as well. Right, I'm not doing that this year. I think the longest stream I've done this year has been 5 or 6 is the longest stream I've done, and the reason why is glasses. So I started wearing glasses this year in January, and the doctor was very specific about you should try to not do 12-hour marathon sessions. Try to take a break every hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm not being very good about taking a break and going outside and stretching my eyes. I was like January, February, March, April, but like I started not doing it as much, and I need to get back to doing that. I'm supposed to go outside every hour and a half to 2 hours and do 5 minutes of eyeball exercises to maintain my eye health. I'd never needed glasses my whole life, but 20 years of just staring at a computer screen caught up with me last year when I was doing those 12-hour streams. I just bought a mining barge tonight, Rowan. I set it up tonight about an hour ago during the stream, and tomorrow morning I might be taking it out. We'll see. It's set up for ice mining because Allie wants to take me out to do ice mining. So I didn't set it up for normal mining, I just set it up for... No, I bought something else. I forget what it was called now. The R something. The retriever. I went and got the retriever and set it up as an ice barge. But I won't be that's not something I would normally go do, but Allie wanted to take me out and go ice mining, so I was like, all right. So that took me like the past 5 days to train up, but I finished the training tonight, so I was able to get my mining barge set up. I'm also almost ready to jump into I could probably speed that up. I'm almost ready to jump into my my combat ship that I have spent like the last 11 days working my way towards being able to use. Stubborn says, love going back to watch the episodic playlist, especially when I miss a stream and can view an episodes and have them in the background. I appreciate all the in-between guides and tips between the Let's Play episodes. Appreciate that. All right, enjoy your dinner, John. Yeah, that's just up. Just be around when we do it. I have no idea if that's what we're doing tomorrow morning or not. But I let Allie organize all that shit. I'm just like, I log on, and if Allie's on when I'm playing, I will ping Allie and be like, what are we doing today? Because otherwise, I just go run missions. But tomorrow morning, as an FYI, tomorrow morning will be the last morning that I play EVE Online for a bit, because we're about to jump off on the Assassin's Creed Black Flag bandwagon. That'll be the main morning game for probably the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm gonna go all in on that, do a completionist journey. I expect a 100+ hour playthrough. And then we're also starting Pal World on Friday, 1.0 launch. I'll be playing that in the afternoons. I probably will not play any EVE Online until next Sunday. Not this upcoming Sunday, but next Sunday. But Allie and Lou and other people will probably continue to be playing. So I would urge anybody who's in the corp not to just wait for me, because this is my day job, so I have a different schedule than people who are just playing EVE Online for funsies. Definitely get together with Allie and Lou and other people and see what they're up to. And then I will be cycling back probably on Sundays, but it does just depend on the new release cycle. If I get done with a game and I don't have anything else on the table, I like this enough and the traffic has been decent enough that I don't mind keeping this in the rotation. This has also been a very interesting situation, because a lot of times when I go back and play older games, there will be a huge spike of interest around like the first 3 to 5 streams, because everyone's like, oh, new player, let's go watch the new player play this old game that I love. And then it almost always dies off, like it did with Guild Wars 2. Like we started Guild Wars 2 right around the same time as this, maybe like a week before. And the traffic for Guild Wars 2 just died off immediately. It has not died off with this game. It's been very interesting. Obviously, we're in the afternoon sessions now. They're a little, this is not my peak audience. But we're averaging, tonight we've been averaging like around 35 to 45 viewers. That's not bad. In the mornings, I'm getting 50 to 60. And it has stayed that way for the whole 3-week run that I've been playing this. I've been very genuinely pleased by that. I'm also, if we can maintain that over the next 3 months, anytime I play EVE Online, I may go ahead and toss my ring in the hat for that creator program they have and just keep playing the game in the background like once a week or so, because they do cool stuff with their creator program with like Plex, like 500 Plex every month. They pay your sub for you. Might have to talk Allie into growing the corp. You never know. I have no idea where things can go. You never ever know.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, show up every time you see me streaming this.
Docking permission requested.
All right, let me
Docking
drop this ore
request
off. I need to run
accepted.
outside really quick and check on a duck. Because he may have ran out and ran around with the other ducks. So I need to make sure that he's not getting eaten by an iguana. I will be right back, everybody. Yeah, sure enough, little Houdini the duck had fallen into the... We have an empty... It used to be our duck pool. We haven't filled it up in a while, and he fell into it and was chirping like, help, help, help. So I had to go out and save him and bring him back in and put him in his milk crate because it is about to start getting to sunset time. So he's hopefully, and I think within a couple more days, he'll be big enough he can go out on his own and not sneak through the chicken wire. But he's still small enough that he can squeeze through the holes of the hexagons. Someone has to be there to remind him about his drones. Yeah, I do forget my drones all the time. That is truth. By the way, did I forget them when I just came back just now? I probably did. I would not be surprised if I left my drones just now. No, I have them in my bay. I think I remembered them.
Warp drive active.
Oh, I can't remember. It's way worse in the morning, Studmans, because in the morning, it depends on the morning, like it just depends on the morning. If I am elevated, if I have done the traditional wake-bake work routine on like a Friday, Saturday, usually it's Saturday, Sundays, and Monday mornings, when we don't have school and stuff. And if I have, if I'm elevated, yeah, forget about it. I'm not remembering my drones, man. Especially if you've got me talking to the stream. Yeah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Yeah, the first time Lou flew by in his cloaked ship, I didn't know what had happened because it like pushed me out of the way. That was very interesting. Alright, we're going to do one more load, and then we'll see where we're at time-wise. I've only seen the first episode, but I've watched Silo since it started. Can't wait to just completely, I'm loving that show. It's a great show. I only watched the first season of that, Stedman. I've heard good things, but I just, not enough time, too many shows. I can't keep up with everything anymore. If I wasn't doing this, though, I would probably have a movie review channel. Because I do review stuff from time to time. Like, I review a movie every week, sometimes two. Chris and I will watch shows together from time to time. We just watched the 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies together. She's been plowing her way through The Mentalist, which I've never seen, but she's enjoying that on Netflix right now. I'm watching Silo on my own. I just finished. Oh, I haven't even done my review actually. I finished Spider Noir the other day. We were talking about this the other day. When Chris and I were dating, I was still watching TV as like my primary thing. Like I was only playing games in the background. But I was watching like at one point like 17 or 18 shows I was watching, like following on a regular basis. Like all the CW stuff, like Supernatural, Arrow, Flash. And you know, there's 24 episodes to those shows, so it's like I was constantly watching just all sorts of stuff. That was my main thing when I was traveling, because I mean I could game on a laptop, you know, but I was always just shows, man. Shows are easy to watch. Breaking Bad was around that time period. Sons of Anarchy. Speaking of Silo, when is the next episode? Are those on Thursdays? July 10th. Fridays. Yeah, we never finished The Boys. We watched the first 3 seasons and then nothing. By the way, the Mall animated show was fucking dope. Better Call Saul, phenomenal. Man, I'm disappointed. There are no IMAX theaters close to where I live to go see The Odyssey. The nearest one is in Cancun, which is like 12 hours away by bus. I could probably fly, and I'm not flying there to go see a movie. But I would love to see that on the IMAX, considering that's how it was filmed. That's going to be a spectacle worth going to the IMAX theater to see. And it just goes to show you too that, like, with going to the mall thing, like, I constantly see people who will shit all over Disney Star Wars, and I'm like, it's no different than when Lucas was producing Star Wars. Some of it's really good, some of it's not so good, all of it is entertaining. Maul is an example of really good Star Wars. It's an animated show. Who gives a shit? It's it's amazing. Like, Maul is talented people creating amazing storytelling. But it's animated. Who cares? It's cool as hell, man. Can't wait for the next season of Ahsoka. I did not get to go see Grogu in the theaters, so we'll just watch that when it comes to digital. Chris and I have enjoyed 100% of The Mandalorian. It's been a really fun ride from start to finish. Boba Fett was fun. I just think it's funny, my niece on my brother's daughter, who's like, I think she's 8. Or she's gonna be 8 this year. That's like her favorite show is Boba Fett. She loves the Book of Boba Fett. I think anybody who thinks the animated Star Wars stuff is for kids, like, if you've never watched the Clone Wars, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, if you looked at the Clone Wars and said, oh, it's for kids, it's animated, and you didn't watch it, then you just know. There are some episodes that are, but Star Wars has always been for kids. Like, duh, it's Star Wars has always been a family-friendly thing. But Clone Wars had some seriously adult themes in it, with loss and friendship and relationships and genocide and corruption and so many great storylines in the Clone Wars. That would be, that's one of those shows where if I had an unlimited amount of time, I would definitely go back and rewatch all of the Clone Wars. If I had nothing else to do. Yeah. I just love it because they went deep on things like Obi-Wan Kenobi having a relationship. Like, falling in love. Yeah, it's technically against the Jedi way, but it still happened. Obi-Wan still fell in love and still had this relationship. All the Order 66 plot. All the Darth Maul stuff. And the coolest thing, too, is if you watch Clone Wars and go from that into, why am I blanking on the other show they did, the other animated show with Freddie Prinze Jr. and, God damn it. Like, because you have all of those characters showing up from Clone Wars, you get other shows, other characters showing up in the other show as well, and then you have through lines of characters that go through all of those. Yeah, we'll be playing Black Flag Resynced on Thursday. That's been on the schedule for more than 6 months. Can't wait. Playing that on the PS5 Pro starting Thursday morning. That will be the main jam for the next few weeks. Gonna be probably doing a completionist journey. It looks really good, and I've loved Odyssey, Valhalla, Shadows. I think Shadows is the only one I haven't done like 100+ hour playthrough, and Shadows was still an 83-hour playthrough for me last year. So expect to see a 100-hour or more playthrough of Black Flag Resynced, because I've actually never played that game. I was busy when it came out, so I've got a big open world pirate game to play. That's gonna be the bulk of my July. I don't do high hopes for games. I don't put expectations on games. I just go play them and have fun. I already know that I'm gonna love it because I love Assassin's Creed games. I love all of Assassin's Creed games. So it doesn't matter if we're talking OG or new RPG style. I love them all. So I prefer the RPG style ones. So, but they're all fun. When you do mining missions, make sure you use Tech 1 miners, strip miners, instead of alcohol residue. Is that thunder? There's a massive storm rolling in that I didn't know about. Chris just, well, I was like, what is that noise? And Chris just was like pointing at the ceiling. So I need to probably step out here in a second and check the sky. Oh yeah, we have a Star Wars Outlaws is worth any price, Bad Frog, and I bought the Ultimate Edition and I love it. I would happily play that game all the way through a third time. Phenomenal fucking game. So if it's at a 75% discount right now, fucking buy that shit. That is an amazing game. Get the DLCs, get all of it. It's so good. It's a tight 60 to 80 hour playthrough with all the DLCs. Chef's kiss, man. Space combat, sabacc, great gunplay, phenomenal characters. Love that game. I cannot scream my love of Star Wars Outlaws loud enough. It is a great, great, great game. And it's just really awesome to play something without lightsabers. But I love Kay's character, and Nyx is such an awesome pet. Like, the companion that you get, like, all the outfits that you can get. Like, goddamn, man, that'd be fun for a holiday playthrough, is to go back and do Star Wars Outlaws again. I don't know, as of right now, I think the holiday playthrough is gonna be, Final Fantasy Remaster and Rebirth back to back, to play through those two to get ready for the third one, which is the final in that trilogy coming next year. I think that's the current plan. I may change my mind between now and Christmas time. Wait, drones. Drones, 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 drones. Drones in space. That was one of my picks for Game of the Year when it came out. Was that or Indiana Jones and the Great Circle or Dragon Age Veilguard. All three of those games for me were phenomenal that year. We had Dragon Age Veilguard, Star Wars Outlaws, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, all within like a 3-month span. I had a phenomenal fall, winter, 2024, I think that was. All three of those games were just amazing. And then we rolled right from that into like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in I think it was February of 2025. Just a really good like 6-month run of epic RPGs. Alright, let me go check the skies, guys, because I need to see what the storm's doing. I think it's just gonna be some thunder. I don't think we're gonna get hit with anything.
Verdant forests, vibrant
All
golf
right,
courses,
what do
majestic
I have
mountains.
over here that I
Visit
can
the Dream of the Federation,
probably
free of the troubles of war. Enchanting
stack,
virtual tours, a vacation worth fighting for.
refine, switch ships? Just chilling? Yes, just chilling. Winding down my day is what we're doing right now. And then after this, I've got got a couple of videos to go produce, and then I will be pretty much done for the day. I got Black Flag Resynced downloaded to the PlayStation, so that's ready to go for Thursday morning. We played EVE Vanguard this morning. Played some EVE Online this afternoon. I'll play some more EVE Online tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow afternoon. I actually want to go to the home station.
Warp drive
Gotta go
active.
drop off my ore. We might do some more Starfield tomorrow afternoon because I got some more sponsored stuff to do for them. Well, thank you. The daily EVE Online streams are coming to an end, though. So I appreciate everybody who's been here for all of these, but tomorrow will be the last EVE Online morning stream because we're off to the new release schedule for July. June was the month of me getting caught up playing other things. We did some Guild Wars 2 for a couple weeks, did some EVE Online for a couple of weeks. I will be continuing to play EVE Online. I have a 3-month subscription, but it will probably be only on Sundays, but not this upcoming Sunday because I'm going to be busy with Assassin's Creed and Pal World. So the following Sunday will probably be the earliest I get back to an EVE Online session. Unless I end up having some spare time in there somewhere.
Warp drive active.
We're about to get, and it's just, I don't even know. I can't, like, September this year is like, there's like 15 games coming out that I want to play, and I can't play them all, so I'm going to have to just pick like 4 or 5. Same thing with, like, September, October are both super packed. November, we obviously have Grand Theft Auto 6. And then December, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Probably it's going to be replaying Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth. And then I'm debating taking January off this upcoming year. I know a lot of content creators who can afford to will take January off because the advertisers don't pay shit that month and traffic is usually way down. There's no new releases that happen in January. I may actually take time off this January and write a book or something. We might. I might. We'll see. Still a few months away. I still got time to make up my mind what we're doing. Alright, we're going to drop that into the 7th Division. Okay, now let me... Do I draw? No, I can't draw to save my life. My wife draws. I'm the writer. I've got 20 million words published. That's what I did for years. I was a writer. That's how I made a living for a very long time. But I have not written anything professionally. I think the last book we published was the hardback I did in January of 2024. I took the last couple of years off and just focused on this. I did start writing a short story recently over on the Patreon page. I think we're 2 entries in. I did not write an entry last week. Oh yeah, we have Enshrouded coming up this fall, correct? Also Valheim. Alright, show info. Skills. What do I need to get to skill 2? I don't know where I would want to spend my points. That's gonna give me a lot more drone. I think I would rather... drone and fighter hit points. I don't know where I want to... Yeah, I don't need to put any points into that. I probably need to go... I think the Pioneer is already at rank 3. Or rank 2. I'm already rank 2 for that. If I go rank 3, it's going to be a full month. I don't want to do that yet. So I think what I should probably do is go rank 2 on the barge. That'll take 9 days. Do it. And then go rank 2 on the Vexation. And that gives me like 3 weeks of shit in the bag, right? 2 weeks. That gives me 2 weeks of stuff. Right? Did that do what I needed to do, or did I skip something? Yeah, it's like all drone stuff, right? For both of those ships, it's just drones. I was like, did I actually train both of those? And I did, but there's such an overlap with all the drone stuff. So yeah, that gives me, I mean, that's basically the next 2 weeks planned out, which is great because, let me look at the calendar here. Because I'll be playing my last main session tomorrow, and then I'll just be not playing anything until the 19th, probably will be the next time I come back. 18th or 19th, probably be the next time I come back for an EVE Online session. If Lou could do Saturday mornings, it's probably going to be ideal if I try to schedule Saturday mornings, because then I can meet up with Lou and Allie and whoever. Because Lou said, I think he said Sundays he can't do the mornings. So maybe that's going to be something. Because I do Conan Exiles on Tuesday nights. Not tonight because Bubbles is out of town. And I wouldn't mind doing, I could do once a week EVE Online scheduled sessions. Like on Saturday mornings. At least for the next, few months. I don't think that's a major deal, unless I have a new release happening. Webb says he could join also on Saturday mornings. Yeah, let's play that by ear. I think I'll talk to Allie on Discord or tomorrow. I'll talk to Lou. We'll get together in Discord and sort it out. But I would assume it can't be this weekend because this weekend I'm going to be busy with new releases. But next weekend, I'll be far enough out from the new release window that I can relax the schedule a little bit. So we could probably do some EVE Online. Yeah, like a mining fleet on Saturday morning. That sounds awesome to me. Like, get half a dozen of us together and go out and mine some, like, rare ores and stuff. I would be totally down for that. Well, let's definitely pay attention to Discord, and we'll get something sorted out. Because that gives me, I got 13 days of training. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 18th would be 11. Most of those would be done by the 18th, and probably by that point, I could probably spend whatever points I've got to speed up the last little bit. Matter of fact, let's burn the points I do have. That knocked a couple days off the timer. I'll still do some more dailies tomorrow. Oh, by the way, actually, I just realized they actually have a new daily campaign going on. So I need to log in daily anyway, over the next however many days this is, to claim my gifts, even if I'm not necessarily playing every single day. Because there's going to be some more skill points I can claim on day 5, which will speed that up even more. So I should be good by the time we get to the 18th. I should have all these training things done so that my mining barge is good to go at a rank 2. So then I'll have the Pioneer at rank 2, the mining barge at rank 2, and that, which I won't, this will be something I'm playing solo. This is ship right here. This is my like solo mission ship when I want to just go run security missions. That'll be ready to go as well. Sweet. All right, I'm out, everybody. I'm going to go cut some videos and get them published on YouTube for the evening, and see everybody tomorrow morning, where I will be playing some more EVE Online bright and early at 5-ish a.m. unless something crops up. So I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for hanging out, being entertaining, and entertaining me. Hang on, somebody's knocking on the door too right as I